ladies, we're continuing with card class. This is the second video, and actually I'm doing 3 cards on this video. I thought I only had 4, but when I looked at my grouping again, voila, there's 5 cards. So nothing new, right ladies? Nothing new. So we're going to continue. We are using the Serenity paper pack. Again, I use the base page and envelope value pack. You get 50 cards and 50 base pages, or 50 envelopes, excuse me. And this is toffee. And so this is cut to the size of the card, which is 5.5 by 4.25. And we're just gonna lay this toffee right on top of that card base. And then I have a piece of French vanilla, which is 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to use our pen, and I am going to draw just a border line. Ooh, that's a little crooked. Just remember to pull it down towards you. I find that technique works best for me. Now maybe you like to do it a different way. It is not, it's like quilting. It's not to be perfect. It's just to give some definition. And I am not doing the top because I know I am going to cover that with pattern paper. So this is then going to get anchored on the top of the toffee. And always make sure that I have so the card opens. I've been known to do that another way. And then I took a bunch of pieces and cut banner cuts, different widths and different sizes, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to want them, so I'm going to play with them. And I do this a lot when I put my banners in, because I want them to fill the gap and not take over so much. Does that make sense? And then it's recreating, right? Then you just are kind of, see, I think I'm gonna build that one to the end. Or like this, and put that toffee to break that up a little bit. Okay, so I know I have my bases. Don't you like how I talk to myself? And I know this one is going to go flush, and I'm going to bring it up just a smidge. Whoops. That's why I like repositionable tape for projects like this, because I can play with them and make them. I can lift it, and it's not that big of a deal with the paper. It doesn't tear on the paper. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other larger piece that I have, because I know about approximately where I want that. And then I'm just going to take, and most of these are going to be from, I've just grabbed from the PML cards and made them work. Or I use, this is a great way to use up strips of your cardstock. You always have those extra little pieces. And it's hard to see this pattern as you're building it. And especially when you have long tails at the top, you can't quite make it function the way you want it to function. See that one? I want it to come down a little bit more, so I'm not doing too much there. And then I'm just going to offset that one. Let me trim this up really quick for you. Voila, look at that, ladies. See? It does make a difference when you take that top off. And, well, now I've misplaced my, Well, we'll keep moving forward. It'll show up eventually, right? I am going to attach this piece at the bottom. And this piece is a 1 by 4 1/4. And I'm pretty much coming close to where I drew that line. I took the bow. This is the bow from this stamp set right here. This Serenity card making stamp set. I like that bow. It's a die cut because it's blue. So I die cutted it out already for you. And I am going to stamp it in toffee. And I'm stamping on my Versamat. So it should give me a good impression. It's also a smaller stamp, so that helps a little bit too. And then I also have this. This is another PML card I cut, so it's 2 by 2 1/4, and the French vanilla is 1 3/4 by 2. And let's see what I'm getting on here. Let's see, will Happy Birthday fit on here? Oh, it will just barely, but we'll take it. And I'm careful this time of making sure that I don't have the edge of the block, because this is really tight. And I'm just a smidge above center, if that makes sense to you. Just a smidge. And I'm going to take, also from the same stamp set, I love this little pattern, little flowers. And I am just going to put them in toffee at the bottom. And I'm going to do a couple of them. Just to kind of fill in that look. Just kind of finishes the edge of the birthday card. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I kind of like that feel to it. I think it gives it a nice crisp edge, if that makes sense. And I'm going to adhere this to this. And I have misplaced a piece of Bluebell glitter paper. So let me take a moment here really quick. As soon as I cut a new one, I'll find it, right? That's just the way it goes. Oh, I have one in my stash, even better. And I just have to trim this to 4 1/4. And I am just going to, so there's your bluebell, and I'm just going to anchor that just to kind of give a place for the bow to land. So the bow is going to go right here. And I'm going to use one of our 3D foam dots. That's, sorry, kind of Space Cadet there on you. Just to give it a little pop. Not too much, but just enough. It helps. There's so much going on with this paper that I have so much paper on here. I wanted to give some dimension. It just makes it flow a little nicer. Just put that to an angle. And I think I'm going to come down with that. And then let's not forget, we got to have a little bling, because it wouldn't be a Wanda card, right, without a little pop of fun. And I'm addicted to these bluebell gems. I think they are amazing. Voila. There you go. How about that for a first card, right? It's a way to start the day. No, it gives us a good jump off point. So let's create the next card, okay? So the next card, again, using the same base. And it's a pretty straightforward card. It's a 4x4, so this is a 4x4 square that is also out of the Serenity paper. And I have a piece of the wood. I haven't quite decided. No, I think that's a little too dark. This is just kind of carrying with the first card I did today. I think it was the first card that had a little piece of wood paper on it. This is just one of those strips, just to give a little accent. And I am going to do, let's use the new Thanks, the Stamp of the Month stamp again. And let's do the thank you. Whoops, can't do the you first. Let's do the thank you, or the thank. And we're just going to stamp on top of this. This is pretty a fast, easy card. We all have those scraps of paper. And I already know I'm going to need this to get, and actually I am going to tuck this inside my card. So I just put the foam inside the card to make sure that I get a nice impression. And then let's do the U. And I'm not sure. Let's do. I'm going to see if I like. Nope, too big for what I want to do. So I always usually end up going back to whatever I had originally thought I was going to do. So there is that. Simple, easy, using the stamp of the month. And then I am going to get the blue crocheted thread that we carry, and it's definitely sapphire, and I'm just gonna give my little wooden heart. I love these wooden accents. I think they just add, you know, they're so versatile. Anything that's wood is so versatile. It can be inked. It can be stamped on. It can be sponged. It can be, you know, the distressed oxides. It can be covered in paper and cut out. I mean, it's just, there's just so much you can do with the wood elements. So don't get caught up in them being wood. They can become any color you want them to be. And same with our frames. You guys are going to try to watch me tie a little bow here. And if I wasn't on here, I'd get it done and nothing flat, right? And my fingers are not cooperating today. Winter weather. We'll blame it on the winter weather. Of course, it could be a whole lot worse. We could be back somewhere where it's getting lots of snow. We, on the other hand, like to stay green, so we have way too much rain here. And I'm fussing with this too much, and I'm just going to go a different route. We're just going to do the knot, because my hands are not liking it. So just did a double knot. I'm going to trim up my tails. And I am going to get a glue dot to anchor this. And voila la, there you go. A nice, fun card. Okay, very cool. This is the sapphire. Oh, I wanted to show you, if I keep my wooden, I keep a lot. I keep all my sequins in here too, but I love these craft jars. There's 3 to a package, and they hold these wooden shapes really well. It's just a great product. It's fun to have that. Okay, on to that last card. Let's see what we got for you. Something fun, I'm sure, right? Okay. So this card, I am using the Fancy Borders. I've used this bottom one a lot, these stitched ones, but I really love this lace, for lack of a better word, this lace die cut. I've been wanting to play with it and saw some really cool ideas, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to jump on board and we're going to create with these. And again, they're called Fancy Border Thin Cuts, okay? So, this was a standard card, and I cut let me go over here. I cut about an inch off the end. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's strictly up to you. And this is what I did with that fancy border. I'm sorry, it's a little bit late here. Fancy border, thin cut. And I'm actually going to attach it to the end of this piece right here. Let me get some tape on here. Now there's many ways you could easily attach this to the inside if you didn't want it on the front. Oh, see, like that, just like that. Looks so cool already. Oh, love it. I have a piece of the Serenity paper pack, and this is a 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm just going to butt that up to what I just did. Whoops. Bring it down just a smidge. And don't worry about the gap. I know I'm filling that, so. And then I have another piece of a zip strip that's cut at 5 1/2, and it's out of the toffee pattern, and it's going right there on the top of my card. And then I have a strip of Bluebell. Oh, so pretty. Piece of Bluebell. That's just going to just anchor that. So you have, oops, then I pulled it up. There you go, okay. So, trying not to get that white edge showing. That's why I'm fussing. Okay, so there you go. And then I have a piece of sapphire. Actually, not sapphire. It's a PML card, and it is 1 3/4 by 4. And then this is French vanilla, and 1 1/2 by 3 3/4. And we are going to take this, thank you, longer thank you, and I cheat a lot by putting them on the block at an angle. It's just something I've done for a long time. And we are going to stamp this in sapphire on the French vanilla. And I did rub it on my hands because, again, this is a pretty new stamp set. And I am coming a little bit to my left, just because I know I want to add a little accent. And then there are these fun little shapes. There's stars, hearts, 2 sizes of hearts, 2 sizes of stars. And I'm going to stamp in toffee. And I'm going to put the other little one on there. Now you definitely can change up the sentiments. You could do a happy birthday if you wanted. It's whatever you're needing at that time. So I'm going to anchor this. To this PML card that I trimmed down. And we're just going to center that just like that. And I'm going to add one more bling. No, I think it needs to go here. Okay. So there you go. There is the cards for January. Let me show you 3 we just made right now. Hard to see them all. There you go, ladies. Have a great evening. Get out and create. Show me what you created. Post something. It should be lots of fun. Anyway, have a great time. Can't wait to talk to you soon. Bye now.